It's a war going on outside no man is safe from. Welcome to the channel, Analytical Topics. It seems Donald Trump is following through on Operation Epic Epstein Fury according to plan. But somehow, did Epstein have foresight? Or how Epstein knew that Trump would attack Iran? Or was it finance and stage? Well, according to Epstein on his emails, he did say that if Trump get cornered, he will attack Iran. He did say that. So I'm gonna check what else did Epstein say on his emails, because he had Iran in his mouth a lot. So I want to look through and read some of these emails to see what else he was saying about Iran. He had a lot to say, huh? And I want to check it out on one of these sites, one of these archive sites made by these two tech developers from, I think, MIT. Yeah, they made this browser archive site, so because of the Department of Justice made it so, unable to read through the files because it's all redacted and it's all scattered. It's not in order. So what they try to do is put everything in order through one of these archive browser sites. It's like Gmail, but it's Jmail. Jmail.world was created by two tech developers, Luke Eigel and Riley Waltz. And the purpose of this site was to be transparent, unlike Pambani, Department of Justice. So these files could be read by everybody that wants to read them without being unredacted and unable to, understand what they're reading. So these two tech developers made a browsing archive site of Jeffrey Epstein emails, so everybody could read it without not knowing what the hell they reading. So it won't be confusing, hard to find certain things. They made it more organized for you to pinpoint certain things you want to look for.
In the Epstein files is that while the D.O.J. is flagrantly in violation of federal
law,
there is
and to me this is clearly a flagrant
ton of stuff out there, and there's a lot of fake stuff being generated to take advantage of what is and is not being released. Okay, so you got like 3.5 million pages. Nobody's going to go through that, all right? But two tech gurus did. They figured out a shortcut, a way that any of you can.
They're not tech gurus. They just got in the game. They're not tech gurus. They're not gurus yet.
Get on the computer and search through what looks like Jeffrey Epstein's personal email account as if you were him. Now, they call it Jmail instead of Gmail. Luke Eigel joins me now. Luke, did I say your last name right, first of all?
Yeah, that's how you say it.
Good. First of all, good for you, man. I love to be this young and have this kind of success, and for the right reasons. Good for you. You give me hope for the next generation. Now, why did
this give you hope?
Well, I've been interested in the case for a long time. I was just entering my sophomore year at MIT when the whole scandal really broke out, August of 2019. Tons of professors I really looked up to were involved in whatever sort of ways in, I think the initial blowback that happened. And when that batch that came out from the House Oversight Committee in November, saw a lot of friends poking through it, very difficult set of scanned PDFs of emails. And I immediately thought of my really good friend Riley, who made a lot of projects kind of similar to this. So I convinced him. He said no initially, then he was like, we have to do this. Then the next day we spent about 5 hours, got the first version out.
So what it works as is it looks like Gmail, basically, and you have it all categorized. How does somebody use it? If they want to find out, for instance, well, what was this about? Was this about just massages or something else? Or what was really going on with girls? What do you do? How do you use it?
Well, very
Little
recently,
girls.
We have the sidebar that allows you to cluster by different topics. So there are a lot of names that a lot of people likely haven't heard of. Jean-Luc Brunel is a good example. You can just click on many of these different shortcuts and then find a lot of these emails organized by a few of the well-known things that are here. Someone who's on the larger team that has joined us also made this really cool page called JWiki, where it just compiles the tens and hundreds of thousands of emails across the entire data set, and then shows you, here's every single time that person X visited with this man, and here's what there is to know about them. So we've created like 100 different places for you to get started.
What have you learned? If someone to ask you now, help me understand, what is this about? What was Epstein doing that was so bad, and why is there a need to know who else was involved? Like, what do you think it was about?
Well, when I was in college, all that people really talked about was that there was a lot of influence peddling. This bad guy was always hanging out at MIT and Harvard, and those two institutions shouldn't.
Michael Jackson. Michael, you don't look happy in that picture standing next to Epstein, bro.
Harvard, and those two institutions shouldn't have let him there. And I think what the public is now talking about is the fact that there was this larger international sex trafficking ring where, a lot of well-known people may have even had knowledge of and may have been involved in it.
Whoa. That's Smokey? That's Smokey from Friday? Yo, what you doing over there, bro?
Nothing.
Yo, what's up? What you doing over there?
Nothing.
Yo, if you like the content, helps the algorithm, helps the channel to grow, please like, share, and subscribe.
Don't forget, like, comment,